Hi, I'm Simon with AppliancePartsPros.com. Today we're going to show you how to repair your appliance. Are you ready? Remember, anytime you work on your appliance, make sure it's unplugged or the circuit breakers are off so there's no chance of electrocution. Also, make sure you turn off the water supply to the washer. In this video, we'll show you how to replace the lead lock wiring harness in a GE washer. It's going to be a very easy repair. Should only take a few minutes to show you how to do it. For the job, we're going to need a 4-inch nut driver, a putty knife, a pair of pliers, and a small flat blade screwdriver. When you open up the package, you're going to get a new lead lock wiring harness. This lead lock wiring harness is connecting the lead lock assembly at the front of the washer to the main control board inside the control panel. If the washer won't start, check the lead lock wiring harness and replace it if needed. As you can see, we're here at the back of the washer, and to get to the part, we need to remove this rear access panel, and then we can remove this control panel. So there's 1, 2, and 3 and 4 quarter-inch screws. I'm using a nut driver, quarter-inch nut driver, to take them out. Next, I'm going to pull this straight out. There's 2 clips here at the top. All right, the next step would be turning over the panel. And then I'm going to use that small flat blade screwdriver. And I'm going to insert it right here in this little opening right there. Push it down and unlock that plug and pull it out. Then I'm going to use the same flat blade screwdriver, going to pull off this ground wire. And we're going to take this somewhere else where nobody can damage it. All right, next I'm going to lift this protection to get access to this air hose. And I'm going to pull it off the control board. Okay, just grab that air hose and pull it down. Next, I'm going to take these 2 quarter-inch screws. I'm going to use the same quarter-inch nut driver. Next, I'm going to pull on the control panel to unlock the bottom hinges. And I'm going to turn it over. And now I'm going to use this quarter-inch nut driver. I'm going to take out this screw that holds the top panel at the back. So we need to get to this screw at the bottom underneath of the capacitor. So I'm going to slide it as far as we need it to get to the screw. And using the same quarter-inch nut driver, I'm going to take this screw out. Next, I'm going to unplug this 3-wire plug. And I'm going to push down on the locking tab and pull it out. And our next step would be pushing down this plug with this 3-wire harness. Squeeze these 2 tabs and push it in. And now we're going to put down the control panel. And I'm going to mount it and push it forward so it will lock in. Next, we're going to the front of the washer to continue. Next, arm yourself with the putty knife. Lift slightly the lead, and I'm going to hold the top here and insert the putty knife into the seam right in this spot. You will feel it springing. Press it in and lift. And we're going to move to this side and do the same thing. I'm going to close the lid and lift up on the top, pulling it forward slightly and slowly lift it up. We're going to pull out on this part of the harness. Remember, we pushed it in And we disconnect the plug. And now I'm going to use pliers. I'm going to pull this pin out. Alright, so next we need to free the harness from these two fasteners here, and then we need to unplug this plug here on the top. I'm going to grab on this clip here and pull out the harness. And this one on the top, same thing. Next, the plug, I'm going to press down on the locking tab and pull it out. At this point, the harness is free and we can remove it. Be careful with the top, it's heavy and it may slide, so if you have someone else to hold it for you, that would be perfect. So lower down and let's go grab a new one. This is the old lead lock wiring harness next to the new one. If you don't have this part, you can get it from appliancepartspros.com. I'm gonna lift up the top again very slowly. Remember, it's not attached to anything at the back, so it may slide away. So hold on to the lead also. And we're gonna start installation. I'm gonna drop it, so, and we're going to start with plugging that harness into the lead lock. Next, I'm going to use a putty knife to remove this clip, and I place it underneath and pull it forward. Okay. Now I'm going to remove the bottom clip, same way, using the putty knife. Now we're going to insert this harness, and it's a little tricky. Remember, the top is loose, and again, if you have someone to help you, that would be the perfect time. I'm going to install the clip, and moving down, and going to install the clip at the bottom. Now I'm going to insert this plug into this opening and push in the harness. And now I'm going to insert that clip in, the plug you can call it. It locks in. Now I'm going to insert this pin into this hole right there. I'm going to lock the harness. So we are done underneath of the top, so we can lower it down carefully. Don't let it slide anywhere. And I'm going to push it back. Align the front edge here. Make sure it's straight. And press it down. So we locked those two clips. Now we're back at the washer. I'm gonna pull the control panel back and tilt it, turn it so we can plug in the harness. All right, I'm gonna plug this in. And we're gonna secure it with a couple of screws. We need to make sure that the top is perfectly aligned with the cabinet, so we can put the screw through. Start manually. Make sure that the screw is in the opening correctly, and I'm gonna finish it with a nut driver, 1/4-inch nut driver. And I'm gonna place this screw in. Again, I'm gonna make sure that the top is aligned with the cabinet. Drop the screw in and start it manually. And I'm going to finish it with the nut driver. And now I'm going to slide the capacitor back. So this little part here in the middle will lock into the plastic holder. Like that. I'm going to place it down and make sure that we're going to lock it by pushing it forward. And I'm going to install a couple of quarter-inch screws to secure the control panel. And I'm going to start it manually. You need to make sure that it's going into the right direction. And now I'm going to use the quarter-inch nut driver. I'm going to drive them in. Next, I'm going to install the air hose back onto the control board. It goes right there. Slide it on all the way. Make sure it's all the way on. Now it's time to install this rear cover panel. I'm going to start with putting the ground wire clip on. Then I'm going to insert this plug. I'm going to turn it over and place these two tabs into those slots on the top. And now I'm going to secure it with these 4 quarter-inch screws using a quarter-inch nut driver. Turn on the water. Plug the washer in and run it to check if it works properly and there's no leaks. Thank you for being a part of another successful repair brought to you by AppliancePartsPros.com. For any of your future appliance repair projects, please check out our other videos available on our site, on Facebook, on YouTube, and on Instagram.